This episode will be dedicated to the enigmatic LA-based group known as John, and if you'd like to hear more, please stick around. This is All Gas, No Trash. My name's Adam, and welcome back to the program, and welcome to a brand new episode. I have to say that it has been rather difficult to talk about a group like this because of the fact that they're so selective about what they're willing to share, especially on social media. It really pertains to content that revolves around their music videos that, at least in my estimation, kind of revolves around slice of life moments. I mean, for moving on, we had somebody that was skateboarding and getting over a breakup, and we had that moment. And I think Summer Breeze had firefighters standing around a fire hydrant that went off and exploded or something like that. And now we have this latest single, which is called If There's a Will, which seems to show glimpses of a music video that kind of centers around landscaping, or at least that's my best guess at it. But yeah, I mean, everything else as far as like the individual band members, we don't really have any info on that. They mainly choose to be anonymous, which can work in favor and also be a bit of a problem for someone like myself that wants to talk about the band members themselves. It kind of does inhibit information that I would like to share. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to a recap on John the band itself. As far as a recap goes, John has certainly made progress on Spotify in terms of the numbers, now ultimately having roughly 15,000 monthly listeners, with their debut single leading the way in the number one spot with 242,115 streams, followed by Moving On with 113,673 streams. So those are the two leading tracks that people are checking out and listening to. And, I think this is a band that people will be interested in over the course of time, especially with groups that are more popular like Jungle or Salt. I think John is certainly in the realm of making that type of music. And I even think they're capable of achieving the same type of accolades as those bands if they could continue to release more music. The music videos are fantastic. The only thing, like I said, is when it comes to search engine results, it's very difficult to find them because of the fact that they have such a generic band name. I remember having real difficulty finding them on YouTube because of the fact that they only had one single at the time, which was John. So you type in John, and who the fuck knows what would come up. But anyways, what I came to find out is that if you are looking for John on YouTube, you want to type in a band called John, because that is their user tag on YouTube, along with like the song title, which will make it a lot easier to find them. But I think what they have been doing in terms of their visuals and how they've kind of had like this slice of life theme playing out through their music videos, with Moving On featuring a skateboarder that's kind of getting over a breakup and just using skateboarding to have a moment of catharsis. And then I think Summer Breeze ended up having this really slow motion video of firefighters standing next to a fire hydrant that basically exploded. And now we have this new single, which is called "If There's a Will," that I believe it looks like landscaping is going on in this music video that has yet to be released. But anyways, this is something that they had teased in the past on their Instagram. If you follow John on Instagram, and I do want to point out the fact that their tag on Instagram is also a band called John. But they had posted stories around February where they were teasing different songs, and If There's a Will was actually under a different name, just titled Mantra, on their story. And you can hear a snippet of the song. So I have heard just vaguely 15 seconds of that track, and there was also other songs that were featured. One of them called, I believe it was called Limitless, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. It's more on the funky side, but John has shown a real eclectic mix of different genres that they're dabbling with, and even in the Instagram stories that they share, there's also this one song. I don't remember the name of it, but it does have a rock steady feel, and it has Audrey Miko's vocals, which were very serene to hear. So this band is teasing a lot of fun songs that they could be potentially releasing in the future that I'm really looking forward to. And part of the reason that I'm so invested in their music is because you see something like this type of music, it has the potential to reach a lot of people, especially for somebody like Audrey Mika, whom a lot of people would probably recognize, and to make music like this that is comparable to Jungle or Salt. I mean, it has really big implications, in my own opinion, for mainstream popularity. And for it to happen in Southern California makes me extremely excited, because we have Salt that has a range of members that we don't know, but Cleo Sol probably being the most recognizable amongst all of them. But to have our own version of that, or our own incarnation of that, is just very exciting to me personally. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the song itself, which again is called If There's a Will. We do have the links for the song available in the description of the episode if you want to check it out on your digital streaming platform of choice, or if you want to wait till the end of the episode. Hopefully we'll have it available as one of the end cards, and whenever that music video comes out, I'll be sure to update this particular video with that song as an end card. But however you want to listen, we have it available to you. So let's go ahead and give a listen to If There's a Will from John, going in. Welcome back. That was John with their song called If There's a Will. And speaking of Salt, I could easily see something like this being placed on Salt's album called Rise, which was, I believe, released back in 2020 or 2021. But largely, I like the track. I think it does get a little monotonous at the chorus. And I don't want to make the comparison to Salt that they should do something exactly like them with their choruses, like adding more percussion or even violins. But hearing the chorus sung in the exact same way, without it like climaxing or crescendoing, getting towards the end of the song, it does get a little bit repetitive or even monotonous. And I just, there's something else that needs to be added to really elevate this track to excellence. It's just okay for me. It's like, it's a pretty decent track, but I definitely think there's something missing. But overall, I mean, I think one of the real highlights of this song, and perhaps with a lot of songs that Audrey Mika does vocals, she's definitely one of the spotlights for this track. It does add a little bit of variance to the song for her to take her vocals on higher notes and also lower notes. It does create a little bit more variety in what we're hearing throughout the track, and that's a pretty groovy bass line that we're hearing also throughout the song. So I would have to say largely the MVPs for this track are Audrey Mika's vocals and the bass line. And there is a guitar solo that happens, I think, somewhere around like the halfway mark or even 2/3 mark of this track, which was also cool to hear. But yeah, man, this track was just under being excellent for me personally. And I know we have some more tracks on the way from John, the Rocksteady song that I don't know the title of, and also another one that I forgot the title of, that's more on like the funky side, not exactly like Moving On, but it is on the funky kind of like disco side that I'm looking forward to. So I don't have anything else to add for this particular episode. In spite of what I said, still check out this song. I think it is largely enjoyable. It's just I have some minor critiques. I definitely want you all to check out John's music. I think it is pretty awesome, and I don't want to discourage people from checking out their music, but I do have my critiques about this particular song. And let's go ahead and end the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I appreciate y'all being here, and I'll catch y'all next time.